weird.
Yeah, I think we'll get to it, but I think they did a good job of protecting him.
Yeah.
Because they need to. All right, you ready? I'll clap.
Yep.
I don't know, it's the beard. The beard looks okay, but I do kind of feel like I don't know.
I want to shave mine. I always hate my beard on my cheeks.
Yeah,
so
same.
thin on my cheeks. It's so thick on my mustache and chin and like under like my neck, but my cheeks it's always thin.
I mean, I could just like shape it for the meeting, but I don't know.
I mean, beards are pretty common. Beards are pretty commonplace, man.
Yeah, maybe I will keep it. I don't know. Just get it off the cheeks and the neck. Yeah. All right. Let's do this thing.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all of you fans of NXT, all of you fans of the NXT We podcast. We're back in the saddle again for another episode here, breaking down the March 3rd, 2021 edition of NXT on USA, which is still airing on Wednesdays, but a bit of news to start with. It is all but official. It is confirmed by reliable sources. Dave Meltzer has commented on it. A few other outlets have commented on it, although WWE, which is normal for these things, it has not made a public statement yet, but it's all but official that NXT will be moving to Tuesday nights. They will be moving off of Wednesday nights. And I know everyone out there, there's one narrative, and it's fun. It's fun to have. It's a wrestling fan thing to do, to say, oh, well, they've lost almost every week against AEW. That's what prompted this move. And it's like, no, actually, I mean, that's fun to say, fun to comment on, but you got to dig a little deeper. It actually has more to do with NBC, who owns the USA Network. NBC is planning on shutting down NBC Sports Network and moving additional sports programming to Wednesday nights, including Wednesday Night Hockey, a long running program on NBCSN.
So the USA Network is getting that programming, correct? That's how it's working? So it's still going to be under the USA umbrella, but it's NBC's. It's NBC's hockey. Wednesday, whatever they call it, Wednesday.
Right. So NBC owns the USA Network. It's the parent company of the USA Network
for a long time.
Long time.
No,
NBC.
I did not.
NBC Universal owns the USA Network.
That certainly makes the Peacock thing make a lot more sense.
Yeah,
in my head.
exactly. So WWE's been working with NBC Universal. I mean, almost since Raw has gone on the air. They've been on the USA Network. I know they had their brief time on Spike TV, right? But other than that, yes, that's also why the network is moving to Peacock, which is owned by NBC. So as fun as it is to say that NXT is leaving because they're scared by AEW, really everyone wins here. Okay, so NXT is going to get more eyeballs on Tuesday nights. AEW will then get more eyeballs on Wednesday nights. And the USA Network will probably have a better rating for whatever their Wednesday night programming ends up being. So everyone wins here, man. No need to DVR one and watch the other live. Now you can just watch both live if that is, if that's your bag, baby. So just wanted to touch on that real quickly. It also means that the NXT We podcast, which is normally released to you guys, the fans, on Fridays, will now be released to you on Thursdays. NXT moves up a day. That means we will move up a day. So look for the podcast to change days that it's released.
You remind me of Jimmy Hart, by the way.
Jimmy Hart?
I don't know, just the way you just said, "Get the bag, baby." Reminded me of Jimmy Hart.
Oh, that's sweet.
Get the bag, baby.
It's an Austin Powers tribute, really. But I'll take Jimmy Hart. I'll take the mouth of the South. I live in Texas now, so
exactly. You are the mouth of the South.
On this show, I am.
Yeah. But I do. I mean, you spelled it out. I don't really have much to add on to it other than I agree that it is best for all the parties involved. Not for the real hardos out there that were like, oh, AEW versus NXT. No, at this point in wrestling, everybody's trying to, elevate each other. Is there a little bit of animosity, it seems, from AEW towards WWE? Yeah, at times. Certain wrestlers kind of seem to take umbrage with WWE. But that being said, it's not like Paul White went out with I mean, he still has the utmost respect for everybody, but, everybody still has the utmost respect for Paul White. And but I did just want to say my new prediction, and I want to get it on tape, it's going to be Brock on Sunday.
I think you're right, man. You swayed me. We were going back and forth. Little inside text messaging here between
I think it's Brock.
PJ and I and two other buddies of ours that we've been watching wrestling.
I think he might
over 10 years now.
I think
you nailed it. I think CM Punk is always like the sexy one because that's who everyone wants to see come back. I find it highly unlikely. You also mentioned Kurt Angle, but he's already a Hall of Famer, so that rules out Hall of Fame.
Unless it was a mislead, which is possible, but
yeah.
And Brock has to be in some kind of Hall of Fame, like amateur wrestling or something, I imagine. But
yeah, he might be in the NCAA, collegiate wrestling Hall of Fame. I wouldn't be surprised.
But like,
certainly not in the NFL Hall of Fame.
No, but that's actually what I was getting at. Is just really quickly, maybe he had a talk with a dude who owns an NFL team, and not only what is it, Bugs Bunny or whoever it was, the famous gif of the dollar signs popping out of the cartoon character's head, or whoever it was, Yosemite Sam or something.
Yeah.
And that he might. I mean, Khan probably. I don't have this information off the top of my head, but I imagine if he's not right there with Vince McMahon in terms of the money that he has, he's probably has more. So
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Would you like to give your main reason why you think it's Brock? I think your most telling reason.
Well, so I did say in the group me that his merch was pulled, but that has been, I actually, upon further research on that his stuff has been pulled for a while now.
Oh, okay.
Since like September, since he became an official free agent. But I mean, I don't know. I still think that it only happened. Let's see, it's March. That only happened like 4 months ago or so. I don't know.
Yeah, and I remember around WrestleMania last year. I think I remember Brock saying something to the effect like he didn't feel like he had too many more opponents left in WWE, and Drew was sort of one of the last guys that he viewed as. I mean, Lashley's big time too, but he could just. Maybe he wants to do something different, something edgier. And I mean, one thing you can say is AEW has a more edgy product. They're having an explosive barbed wire match. So,
and what I would say too is there's a title that Brock is a former champion of from a company that AEW is starting to do business with at this point.
Yeah,
and I don't know. That's just I think it's still bold. I think it would. I actually said this to Takeover Tom that. Brock, as we know, more than anything, is a fan of money. But I think Vince would be willing to bankrupt his entire life to keep Brock in the WWE. He would pay him double whatever.
That's a good point too.
But I'm sticking with it. My bold prediction is Brock. What I think it's probably Kurt. I think a decent, not long shot, but a decent prediction would be Punk. But my personal prediction is Brock Lesnar is debuting. Because Khan came out and said he came out and said it's a star in the wrestling industry. It's a multi-year deal.
Well, here's the thing too about Brock, or just any free agent. You could sign wherever you want. Even if Vince bankrupted himself and his family for the next 4 generations to keep Brock from going to AEW, that doesn't mean Brock has to take the money. Brock can go wherever he wants. If he feels...
The football ownership, man, I'm telling you.
He has money. Brock has money. So
paid man.
He doesn't need Vince to empty the coffers. To keep his lifestyle afloat. Brock is doing fine. So I think Brock is the best guess. But I mean, we'll have to see. But
how insane.
We don't do high spot news very much anymore. That was a little bit of high spot news. We did not have our Canadian correspondent on the story. We had good old PJG, But we're gonna hop in here now to what you guys all come here for, what you expect, and that's NXT talk, the best NXT talk you will find on any platform.